Before you scroll, before you tell yourself this is just another video, stop. Breathe. Because the very fact that you are hearing these words right now is not random. You did not stumble here by accident. You were guided. You were pulled. And deep down, you already feel it. This message is about you. Yes, you, the one who has been quiet, the one who has been watching, the one who chose silence when everyone expected noise. Chosen one, your silence is scaring the wrong people. You thought your silence made you invisible. You thought staying quiet meant you were losing. You thought stepping back meant you were forgotten. But what you didn't realize is that while you were silent, you were becoming. While you were quiet, you were growing roots so deep that nothing could uproot you. And the people who tried to overlook you, they feel it now. They don't understand it, but they feel it. Your silence is loud in the spirit realm. This message is not random. You were guided here because something is shifting around you. Something is moving behind the scenes. And the ones who thought you were weak are beginning to sense that they miscalculated you. You have always been different. Even as a child, you felt set apart. You felt like you were observing the world instead of fully belonging to it. You felt misunderstood, like you were speaking a language no one else could hear. And that loneliness, it wasn't punishment. It was preparation. You have fought battles that no one clapped for. You have cried tears in rooms where no one knew you were breaking. You have swallowed words just to keep the peace. You have endured disrespect without defending yourself. And people thought you were passive. They thought you were powerless. They thought you didn't notice. But you noticed everything. Your silence was never ignorance. It was discipline. There were moments you wanted to scream your truth. Moments you wanted to expose everything you knew. Moments you wanted to defend yourself and say, you have no idea who you're talking to, but something inside you held you back. Something higher whispered, not yet. You thought it was hesitation. It was divine timing. You thought it was fear. It was restraint. You thought it was weakness. It was wisdom. And while you were silent, something extraordinary was happening. Your discernment sharpened. Your awareness expanded. Your spirit strengthened. You were learning to see without reacting. To know without announcing. To move without warning. Do you know why that scares them? Because unpredictable growth is the most dangerous kind. They can handle the loud version of you. They can handle the reactive version. They can handle the emotional version. But the quiet, observant, spiritually aligned version of you, that version makes them nervous. You stopped explaining yourself. You stopped defending your intentions. You stopped trying to convince people of your worth. And that shift changed everything. At first, they thought you were hurt. Then they thought you were weak. Then they thought you were defeated. But now they're confused because your silence didn't break you. It refined you. Let me tell you something that might surprise you. Some of the people who underestimated you are now studying you. They're watching your moves. They're trying to figure out what you know. They feel the shift, but they can't trace its source. And here's the mystery you haven't fully realized yet. Your silence activated something in the unseen realm. When you chose not to retaliate, something was recorded. When you chose growth over revenge, something shifted. When you chose peace over chaos, something aligned. You thought nothing was happening, but heaven was taking notes. You were separated for a reason. The distance, the isolation, the friendships that faded, the opportunities that seemed delayed, it all felt like loss. It all felt like rejection. You questioned yourself. You wondered if you were too much, too different, too intense, too quiet, too deep. But what if the separation wasn't rejection? What if it was protection? There were rooms you wanted to enter that would have deluded you. There were connections you tried to hold onto that would have drained you. There were spaces you prayed to stay in that would have shrunk you. You thought it was bad luck, but heaven was probably saying, relax, I'm working. And yes, sometimes that working felt like everything falling apart at once. You looked around and thought, seriously, now, after everything I've been through, and the universe gently smiled because it knew something you didn't. Pressure reveals power. You didn't fall apart. You folded inward. You rebuilt quietly. You processed your pain without public announcements. You healed wounds that no one apologized for. You forgave people who never admitted they hurt you. And that quiet healing, that terrified the wrong people because they expected you to stay wounded. They expected you to stay reactive. They expected your silence to mean surrender. But your silence meant strategy. Here's the shift. And this is where everything changes. The pain you thought delayed you was positioning you. Read that again in your spirit. The betrayal sharpened your discernment. The loneliness strengthened your independence. The rejection redirected your destiny. The delay developed your depth. You weren't being denied. You were being designed. You thought you were losing time. You were building capacity. You thought you were behind. You were being hidden. And being hidden is not the same as being forgotten. Seeds are hidden before they rise. You were underground, growing in ways no one could see. And now the ground is beginning to crack. Your silence is scaring the wrong people because it signals that you are no longer available for manipulation. You are no longer easy to provoke. You are no longer seeking validation from those who cannot comprehend your calling. They feel the detachment. They feel the boundary. They feel the internal upgrade. And here's a gentle truth. You didn't even try to intimidate anyone. You were just minding your growth. You were just focused on alignment. You were just protecting your energy. But your quiet confidence unsettles those who relied on your insecurity. You stopped chasing. You stopped over-explaining. You stopped shrinking. And when a chosen one stops shrinking, the room shifts. There were nights you questioned your value. Nights you stared at the ceiling wondering if you would ever be understood. And nights you wondered why it seemed easier for everyone else. You felt forgotten, overlooked, misread, but you were never overlooked. You were being observed from higher dimensions. This message found you because you were ready to hear it. Months ago, you might have doubted it. Years ago, you might have dismissed it. But now something inside you is nodding. You feel it. You know you've changed. You know you can't go back to who you were. You know the old version of you would have reacted differently. And that realization alone confirms it. Elevation has already begun. Let's be honest. Part of you still wonders if staying silent will cost you opportunities. Part of you worries that if you don't speak up, you'll be forgotten. But your silence is not absence. It is presence under control. There is power in not revealing your next move. There is power in letting people underestimate you. There is power in allowing your results to speak. And trust me, your results are forming. Even now, doors are aligning. Even now, clarity is expanding. Even now, people who dismissed you are reconsidering. Not because you announced anything. Not because you forced attention. But because alignment cannot be hidden forever. You are entering a season where your quiet consistency will outperform loud inconsistency. You are entering a season where your calm presence will command more respect than chaos ever did. You are entering a season where your silence will no longer be mistaken for weakness. It will be recognized as mastery. And yes, there will be a moment, a very specific moment, when someone who underestimated you will realize they misjudged you completely. You won't even need to say anything. Life will speak for you. That moment is closer than you think. But before it arrives, there is one more internal shift you must complete. Release the need to prove. You were never meant to convince everyone. You were meant to evolve beyond them. You are not here to be understood by those committed to misunderstanding you. You are here to fulfill something bigger, something deeper, something that required your silence as training. You were being trained in emotional control. You were being trained in spiritual discipline. You were being trained in strategic patience. And now, the training phase is closing. Your silence built momentum. Your restraint built credibility in unseen places. Your isolation built clarity. You are not the same person who started this journey, and deep down, you know it. You carry yourself differently now. You observe more than you react. You speak less but mean more. You choose peace without seeking approval. That's not weakness. That's evolution. And here comes the breakthrough declaration you've been waiting for. Chosen one, your quiet season is ending, but not in the way you expect. You will not explode into noise. You will ascend into authority. You will not beg to be heard. You will be sought out. You will not chase validation. You will embody value. Your silence was not shrinking you. It was sharpening you. The same people who mistook your quiet for insecurity will soon recognize it as strength. The same ones who overlooked you will feel the shift when your presence changes the atmosphere. Because it will. You are stepping into a level where you don't need to speak loudly to be powerful. Your energy will introduce you before your words do. And the universe is smiling because you passed the test. You passed the test of provocation. You passed the test of delay. You passed the test of isolation. You passed the test of silence. And heaven does not promote without preparation. You are prepared. So stand firm in your quiet confidence. Let them wonder. Let them speculate. Let them underestimate. Because what's coming does not require announcement. It requires alignment. And you are aligned. If this message reached you at the exact moment you needed it, comment below. My silence is my power. Declare it. Own it. Activate it. And stay connected, because the next message will reveal why this shift is only the beginning.